Hi, so my name's Nadi Hana, and this is my dear friend Alan Steinfeld.
Hi.
And usually I do this live stream flying solo with all sorts of different cool conversations or information about like sacred geometry and crop circles. And Alan loves those things too. And he's in town for a couple months. He sort of goes between New York and Sedona. So we were lucky enough to have him
Thank you,
join us.
Nadi. I'm also here to sell some books, to promote my book, Making Contact, like we're doing now. We're making contact.
Right.
It's an overview of the UFO situation as we know it today, and we don't know much about it.
We don't know much. Oh, well, we do, but we're not talking about it.
No, we don't really.
I think we do.
I don't think.
Let's.
What do you know?
Okay,
what do
I
you know
think
about
there's
it?
so much going on that they just. I mean, I think.
Who they? Who they? No, who knows?
Okay,
anything
I want to
about
say, I believe the cover up is so pervasive and so
it? It's true.
impenetrable. Like I think that what we get are dribs of what they.
I agree
give
with
us.
that, but I
we've
think,
argued about that in the
no,
past.
no,
Like
but
you
I
thought
think what
disclosure was
the,
something.
no, but I think the reason it's dribs is because behind all that cover up,
Yeah.
they don't really know what's happening. Whoever they are, the people
You
who
think?
I
I think
don't
they do.
think they do.
I think they do.
Don't think they do.
Let's see. Why
There's
do
some
I think
things
that?
they don't know who's here, why they're here, how they got here, and what they're doing with
Nope,
it.
I think
What?
they do. I
You
totally
do? What
disagree.
do you
I think we
they-
should ease everyone into our style,
Okay,
though.
okay.
Because we're like combative because we've
I'm
already.
not. I'm just like.
Oh God, I love
I'm
you.
just not agreeing. Okay.
It's good conversation.
It's a lovely
but,
conversation.
But before we get into disclosure, is it real or is it not?
Okay. I think it's real.
I think it's real.
We're,
Okay.
we're agreeing on that.
Okay, just wait.
But I think okay. Go ahead. You want to introduce
Yeah,
people? Go ahead. Get
okay.
them. Get them in the pool.
So Alan and I, we love to go banter. We love to banter about a lot of the different interesting subjects that I like to bring on the live stream. So you had some questions about sacred geometry. Wait,
I'm
hang on.
not going to ask them.
Just hang on. and we missed each other in England this year by like a couple of days.
Yeah. What can you do?
So we love that kind of stuff. I want to say part of what I love about our connection is that it's not normal, right? Like we like the not normal. We like the non-consensus reality. We like the UFOs, the cosmic, the galactic, the behind the scenes. And you have been interviewing people that are talking about behind the scenes or alternative realities or like people for many, many years that interpret our universe through spiritual, galactic, high vibrational viewpoints, right?
I think I
Does
follow
that
that.
make, is that?
Yeah. I've
How
been
would you
into
say what you do?
I'd like to meet interesting people.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
No, people that are not doing the same ordinary 9 to 5. That are
Right.
creating new ideas or new realities, as I call it.
Right.
People like Bruce Lipton,
All sorts of.
Nassim.
Yeah.
What a genius he is, right?
Sam Harriman, I'm a big fan.
Nassim Haramein, Lynn McTaggart's, and I like to
Yes.
seek those people out and get what they know, not just in a kind of delivery of a lecture, but sit down with them like this
Yeah.
and know them personally in a way because they're always interesting. If you have interesting ideas, you're going to be an interesting person in your personal life. Not to get too personal, but I think their perspective is one of outside the mainstream, which
Outside the mainstream is what I was looking for.
Okay, excuse me. Okay.
Well,
You
it's
kind of
no,
raised
it's
your voice. There. It's okay.
Okay, I'll just
That's
tone
okay.
it down, but I'm not going to tone it down
No,
because
don't tone it down.
I think that when you're interviewing your people and we're talking about things outside the mainstream, then with the Humankind project, with New Realities, with anything, the classes I teach, then we're inviting contemplation, we're inviting transformation through those ideas. That's the thing that makes the
That's
most
very
sense
smart
to
of
me.
you to say that.
Great, now we've both said smart things.
No,
Okay.
you've said smarter thing. Let me come up with something.
Fine.
No, you said no. I think it's right. You're inviting transformation by
Yeah.
presenting people with new ideas.
Yeah.
That's why I was complimenting you. 'Cause
Great,
I think
thank you.
I think that's absolutely true.
We like each other. It's fun. We have a good time. So that's why I thought it'd be fun.
Sometimes we
That's
have
why
a
I
good
thought it'd be fun to sit
But-
down and banter a little bit.
No,
and-
but I do want to get back to the whole thing about disclosure and how some
Yeah.
people see it
that
as
was a rough start, but okay.
It wasn't a rough start. I think it's really excited the audience. Like, pull them. What are those people talking about? What is really going on?
Yeah.
So the government, yes, is covering up, hiding
Okay.
bodies and craft, and they're probably reverse engineering, but what's the spiritual component there? What's the nature of consciousness of these ETs? And I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, go first.
When you're in the presence of an ET,
Yeah.
like maybe me and you.
Could be.
No, I don't think so. But when you look at them and you feel the vibrational field of them, it is so different than our field that it's very distorting and disturbing and can create a little trauma and terror.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to do with somebody who you don't know if they eat or sleep, or you don't know anything about them. If you ever look at someone and they're just totally blank, it creates a slight little agitation. So
But wait, I think we're skipping around. Are you talking about human, like avatars of beings? Are you talking about actual different civilizations of beings?
I'm talking about little gray beings appearing at your bed and you being freaked out because your lights are off.
That's so limited in terms of the interpretation of extraterrestrial, though.
I
like
know,
it's
that's
real
just
for people.
one thing I'm
It's
telling
very
you
real.
people are dealing with.
They
Yes,
are. It's very real.
And then there's, of course, a lot more ETs. But the most difficult barrier to get over, how do these beings go through the walls and your doors are locked, your lights are closed off, and then they're there.
Yeah.
How do you not freak out when you look up and there's someone there in the room?
Yeah.
So we have to get over the fear of the unusual is where I'm going with this. We have to confront all the projections of what we think is unknown and somehow make peace with the impossible. Peace with the impossible.
Peace with the impossible. No small task today. That's what we're talking about.
No, but how do you do that? How do we start to connect with beings that are nothing like that, us, vibrationally?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's tons of different dimensional vibrations, right? So I think part of the answer is to really broaden out and say that there's way more than the scary three-dimensional dense ETs, right? That's
I'm just
part
talking
of the
about the challenging part. Yeah, the challenging.
I'm going.
Are you whispering?
I'm trying to whisper to everyone that this is what he does. He talks over.
I don't do that. No, you do that.
We'll just watch. Okay. Roll the tape. It'll happen again.
Okay. Go ahead. What were you saying? Sorry, honey.
I'm sorry. Okay. So broadening out our conceptual framework of extraterrestrials, right? Non-human intelligence is really the way to say it, right? We have this terrible representation propagated by our media and our government to terrify us, and think that this is something. No. To think that this is something to be terrified of. So just a second.
No.
Wait, I've got so much more. Hang on. Just put your seatbelt on. So broadening the narrative. I'll be concise. That's what I'll do. Broadening the narrative.
I have a lot to say.
I know. And then acknowledging, this is a really big part for me, acknowledging that there have been horrible contact experiences. Stop calling experiencers crazy. Normalize
we're
it.
We're not even talking about that part. They're not
we
crazy.
are.
No, we're not.
Okay.
The idea is that the confrontation itself is traumatic. And I believe, of course, people are having these experiences, but there's no precedent to really talk about how do you interact with the, what did Diana Pacelka call it? The numinous.
I love that.
The mystery. That is the mystery.
Well, you're talking about two different things.
No,
the
I'm
mystery
not talking
is one
about
thing.
two different things.
I'm hearing two different things.
Oh, well, that's
okay, we'll
better.
say it that way. Apologies.
Because I'll tell you what I'm talking about. It's the same thing.
I'm hearing two different things, which is one, the numinous is like its own. How do we talk about the unknown, right? And how do we take the fear out of that? Versus you were saying little, ETs that are.
It's the same thing.
I don't think it is.
The little ETs are from a place beyond comprehension. They're in the embodiment symbolically of this numinous mystery phenomena.
They're only one representation.
I know they're one, and there's so many ETs that are representative
Right.
of many levels of this mystery.
Right.
We have to dive into the mystery.
Right.
We have to let go of what we know, is what I'm saying here, because you let me finish. And let go of what we know.
Yeah.
And stand in the onslaught of dissolving the egoic personality that thinks it knows.
Dude, this is
The
like
left
10
brain.
minutes. We're tackling like a massive existential conversation.
I don't think
We
it's
should have sweet
existential
talked
at
everybody.
all.
It's a really big thing we're trying to tackle.
Well,
Like,
what do you want to tackle? A little thing?
I think that we should just take small bites first.
Really? I like to eat the whole thing all at once.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, okay,
right.
just hang on a second.
Okay, you take it. What's your small little bite? Give us a bite.
Well, so
I'm trying to fast track. We don't have any.
You move fast. That's the thing.
We have this. We are coming down to, a place in time and space where people are going to have to know this. So they don't need small bites. They need big gulps. All right, go ahead. What were you saying?
I think that small bites get you to be able to digest the big gulps easier.
That's a good point.
Yay! I made a good point.
But
we've just jumped, like, we're talking about the ineffable and the unknown and ETs, and we're jumping around
connected,
a lot.
but not jumping around. We're all progressing on the same order of magnitude. Let's go that way.
All right. Well, your experience is that we're not jumping around. Mine is.
So, we are two different people having two different experiences.
Okay, it's true. So,
have you ever been abducted?
Now, if you don't think that's jumping around, I don't know what is.
Have you ever met an ET? Have you ever met? Let's start there.
Okay. Jumping around.
Because I have.
Okay. Well,
okay.
So you've met an ET.
No, it's okay.
We've both met an ET
in
Vivian.
An ET?
Vivian Chauvet. I mean, she is.
No, I mean a really. I mean, I like Vivian.
I
Don't get
love
me
Vivian.
wrong.
So Vivian's like she's an incarnate of
stepped off a spaceship.
No,
you have not.
I don't see anything like in the physical. I see extra dimensionally.
Oh, well, that's good.
That
counts for something.
That's my contact is.
And what happens when you see what happens there?
Well, it's kind of like what you were saying, only on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's like you feel it. Mm-hmm. I feel this incredible frequency of expansion and a lot of times like love and, it's just like a homecoming because it's a lot of the things that we don't get to experience. So that's my experience of contact.
But there's a range of phenomena.
Huge
so people
range.
feel that and they also feel fear, trauma, cognitive dissonance because, let me explain.
Yeah.
When something comes into your reality that you have no framework for, it creates a very disturbing ontological effect. Like you don't know what reality is.
Right.
And you don't know who you are because you identify yourself as someone based in time and space. And now suddenly time and space has sort of collapsed.
Absolutely.
So we don't know who we are. So this is what we have to come to terms with. The la experience is great, but the stuff we're going to really have to deal with as disclosure unfolds is what Elizondo said when he asked, how are people going to react when we know ETs are here? And he said, somber. It's going to be a somber sobering effect. And that's something I think we just have to pay attention to. It's not all like, I mean, it can be, but just getting over the vibrational shifting. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
What do I mean?
Well, actually, pause on that. What I want to say is, I think my answer before was accurate because I would say the same thing now. In terms of, how are we going to do this? We're going to do it by normalizing contact. Like that whole genre has been labeled as crazy.
Okay.
I didn't bring you on here to talk over me already. So
suddenly she became a Jewish housewife.
Gotta step up.
Okay.
So I believe that we prepare for contact. We help people get over the trauma and heal from the trauma by having these kinds of conversations, changing the narrative, normalizing it.
I do agree with that.
And then people won't be so
freaked out.
But I do
object to the word normal. This is
let's
not
choose a different word.
No, let me explain why.
Validate?
No.
That's what I mean.
No, but I want to say this is not like anything we've ever seen before. There's nothing normal about this when you're in the field of these other beings. So there's validating maybe, but it's not something that everything shifts.
Right.
It's not going to be a normal thing. It's like pre-COVID. Oh a pandemic's not going to happen worldwide. That's impossible. And then now, yes, it's normalized, but now everything's shifted. So when you get in the kind of flow or the field of the ET realities, it's no longer normal. And it's not going to return to normal. And it's never going to be normal again.
We're saying two different things. Like not normal. We're going to go. Like we are like we're going to get away from what we've thought was normal. There is no such thing as normal. I'm using it as like the psychological term of like making it more digestible. Right. So the more we talk about ETs, the more we have these conversations, everything that you do to make it more, digestible is what I'm like.
But you know
mainstream.
what? It's not I'm saying
We'll
There's
get
a
to the
rude
point.
awakening that you
Yeah.
have to grow up.
But see, here's it. We've got a theme going: small bites, big bites, right? Like I say, small bites, more conversations. Everybody has like individual
I agree with
experiences.
that.
We get to remote view. We start to, get. I did that because he's a big remote viewer.
Okay.
Because like little nibbles, and then we won't be as shocked when
But what I'm
it's
trying to
coming.
say to you, Missy,
Okay, Mister.
is that people are going to be shocked.
Yeah.
So
Okay. We'll
they can
agree on that.
No, and
We'll
they
just
can
agree
prepare.
on that.
No, and they can prepare, in a sense, for something. What did Monty Python say? Something totally different.
Oh, now for something completely different.
That's what we're preparing for.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a shock. It's a shock to meet something outside your framework of. I'm shocked when I
Yeah.
see UFOs. I'm here in Sedona.
Right.
You see stuff in the sky. It's like, wow, there's really stuff out there.
After all these years, you're shocked?
Still, yeah, still.
Okay.
Well, it's still like, really? This is real? And it is. Like when I used to give acupuncture, it's like, I studied for 4 years and they give them a treatment and they'd feel better. I say, wow, this really works.
Right.
So it's like, there's a shock involved. And I think this idea of shock, it's okay. It's going to wake people up because if they're not woken up, they're going to still pollute the planet, throw away their plastic bottles. They're going to do all those things and think that life is normal. There's nothing normal that the future is going to hold, hopefully, because normal is getting us nowhere. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I object to your... Well, you keep using the word normal.
Because, right, but when I say normalize, I don't mean make it normal. Here's the trick, right? I mean, I mean it like acceptable, where we're not freaked out. I think there's a way to take the edge off.
No,
and
I think
we
it's
need
okay
to be freaked out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm shifting gears over to your side.
No, but you can keep your thing because maybe you don't want to be freaked out.
Well, now we're getting deep. No, I moved to Sedona to shift into, not being freaked out. I think there's a way where we can stair-step our consciousness so that we understand and expand and aren't so freaked out.
What would freak you out?
That's like what I mean by normalizing, right? What would freak me out? Humans freak me out. I'm not afraid of anything higher dimensional. Certainly, we could talk about, beings from our future selves, like...
Would that freak you out?
No, the negative ones that have nefarious intentions. Anything with a nefarious intention.
But it's not nefarious. I'll tell you. Can I talk now? Is it okay? Is it safe? Do I have the talk sign?
Not when you say that.
Well, I'm going to talk anyway.
Go for it. I know.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
The freaking out part.
Yeah.
Is that the vibratory field is so different. I hope you understand that, talking about phi ratios and all that.
Yes.
It means like you can't get Wi-Fi on an AM radio.
Yeah.
The bandwidth that people have been used to functioning in the world cannot pick up the freak, or it can. We have the potential, but we're so used to functioning in a very limited view of reality when something big pulls away the curtains and opens the blinds. Daylight comes in. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's wow. That's what I'm saying.
Shocking.
In a good way.
The potential to be shocking.
No, it's a good shock because it's like shows us, me, you, everyone watching, we're part of a bigger reality.
Yeah.
We're not, as Darwin said, these chance mutations. There's a purpose to all things.
The grand design. If you want to say.
You can call it that. If you
and
sum it up
so I keep I'm trying to find our commonalities.
I'm trying to find it too.
Okay,
but
so but the thing is because we're like, yes, it'll be a shock. I agree.
Okay.
And
that's all I was trying to say.
That's all he wants us to be, right?
Okay.
So yes, it'll be a shock, and I believe that we can mitigate some of the shock in having these conversations, in amplifying our own vibrational reality. Then we expand to the potential of a larger consciousness.
Well, now you just said something good.
Fabulous.
I'm saying what you said before
I know
wasn't
that wasn't
good.
as bad as it sounded.
No. I think what you said about amplifying...
Which I wasn't finished, but that's okay.
I know, but let me just jump in, because you'll just go on and on for a half hour. I'll just be sitting...
And you won't. You go for it.
I'll just be sitting here waiting for you to finish.
All right. You go right ahead. Don't let me stop you.
No.
My goodness. Just go for it.
You jump in. You cut me off then. That's
how it works. I know. Just go for it already.
Okay. I'm composing myself, okay? Now, okay.
All right, I'm good.
It's about
Reset. Got to
vibration.
reset. Okay.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. Come on. Okay. So,
It's about vibration.
and it's nuances, right? It's going to be shocking, and we can soften the blow, is what I'm saying. But I just said something that you thought was genius. I said something about
because
expanded
we have to
consciousness.
raise our frequency.
Right.
Like what I say in my book. This is my book. Did you notice I wrote a book
It's
here?
subtle there.
When you're talking to higher beings are talking to lower beings, not that
Yeah.
there's no judgment here.
I know.
But when
There's
we're
a
talking to
dimensional-
dogs,
Right.
I'm not saying they're not very high beings because I know you have a cat.
Thank you.
But we may be the more sophisticated ones, right?
We don't know that.
Well, I know it. And we're talking to them in a more sophisticated language. So
We
we're
don't know
expecting them to...
I'm being serious.
Okay, but
Okay.
I'm being serious. So we're not meowing at our cat to communicate with them. Maybe you are.
Okay, but
But wait,
we
I'm
could
not
be-
finished. I'm not
we
finished.
could be communicating telepathically. I don't think we're more sophisticated. I think we're the limited ones. Like, yeah, they meow, but they're looking at us going, "Can't you hear me?" And we can't.
Well,
I know.
ETs telepathically communicate with each other.
Yeah, and with us, but we can't get it.
I know. So
Right.
I was agreeing with you more
Yeah.
before you we
Legitimate
weren't
interruption.
agreeing,
All right,
is that we have to raise our vibration.
we do.
And
We're
we
on the
have
same
to-
page
Well,
with that.
we're close to the same page.
Okay.
So how do we raise our vibration, Captain?
That's commander, actually.
Whatever you are.
Okay, commander to commander.
I'm not a commander.
How do we raise our vibrations? Right. Well, we start
geometry.
enjoying each other and
That's
get
true.
into love and get into
Oh.
what?
No, it's
Right.
nice. I
Well,
like
right,
what you're
but that's how we
saying.
do it. Is that's where a higher vibrational reality is, like gratitude and love and
I think that's
connections. What
Yeah,
else
that-
do you think it is? Psychedelics? Were you going to say psychedelics?
No, I wasn't going to say psychedelics, although we'll talk about that because I
can.
think it's
I
not a
don't know,
high
we might run
vibration.
out of time.
That's we'll get that.
Get back to
we'll
the
get-
love.
We'll get there. But I think how you increase your vibration is to expect the unexpected, to open up your minds to new thoughts and new ways of thinking about reality. That's one level. That's just a mind expansion, but also going to meditation, going to vortex sites, allowing the vibration to be in your body, to shake your body, to fill you up with different sense of a connection to something beyond the visible. In a
Yeah.
sense.
Let's
Yeah.
normalize that.
Stop
Oh,
normalizing
God. I'm just
it.
gonna say- I'm gonna look at you and say that all the
I am
time.
very objectable
Let's see.
to normal.
What?
I
How
mean-
can I say that to? Okay, what I mean is, let's make the thing you just said standard operation procedures. Right,
You
like-
still
like,
want to
let's
make
just-
it put into a box. That's
no,
my
I want to
objection.
open up the box. I want
No,
it to be
it's-
easier for us to shift our consciousness.
It is easier, and I know what you're trying to say.
Okay.
But I'm just not agreeing with
I
how
don't
you're
think
saying.
we're agreeing. I think
I
that's all.
think
We're just
no, you're trying to
disagreeing.
say why I want everyone to be this way and be good and have it.
Oh,
do you
God,
just,
no.
You're not.
I want it to be less traumatizing because we're in for it. It's coming. And I feel like if we talk more about it, then it'll be less shocking. And I don't know why I'm arguing for people being less shocked because normally I think that's what needs to happen.
Well,
so I'm
thank
just being
you.
disagreeable.
I think you're just being
All right.
disagreeable.
All right. Well, just now we've gotten to the source of the issue.
Exactly.
You
This
can
has been the
declare
source
that
of
one a
our
victory and we'll
communication.
choose the
No,
next subject.
I don't want a victory. I just want to, communicate.
All right.
Okay.
What are we
But
going to communicate about
I'm going
next?
to talk about psychedelics now.
Oh,
Okay?
boy. Now it's going to get heated.
If you
Okay.
thought that was heated.
Let's talk about sacred geometry.
No, let's talk about making contact.
Let's do that, which
but
is back
let's
to
talk
the
about-
ETs.
No, you wanted to talk about psychedelics. I just
Not
have
if
a
you're
few
going to
things.
give me a hard time.
I'm not giving you a hard
You're
time. I'm
giving
just
me a
going
hard
to.
time.
I'm not giving you a hard. I'm just going to state my opinion.
Okay. Prepared. I'm
No, I
prepared.
love
Do
Terrence
you want to go
McKenna.
first and then I'll do it right?
Right.
Meaning I'll do it. I'll
meaning
address.
that I wasn't going to say something right.
No. Meaning I'll address your point versus a broad sweeping.
No. What can I say? What I was going to
Yes,
say?
please go.
Is, really, you ready?
No. Please.
Let's have a moment of silence.
Okay.
Psychedelics is anything that shifts consciousness.
Oh, all right. We'll just land there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can take it through external means,
Mm-hmm.
or I choose to hallucinate every night in my dreams. Okay, is that
believe
okay
that.
with my DMT?
Yeah, I mean, we
supply
have
that I've cultivated?
endogenous DMT.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You don't need DMT. That's
need
the
to take it.
controversy.
Right.
You don't. You could take it, but I think that actually interferes with the natural endogenous. The exogenous
Mm-hmm. Right.
interferes with the endogenous.
It
So
might.
I think it does.
Well, but we're so cut off that you might need that.
But you're not. Well, maybe you are.
There's a lot of people
but I don't think we. I
that
don't
was
think
below the belt.
No, it wasn't. It was above the
belt. I think there's a lot of people that I think humans in general are cut off. I think.
Yeah. No, I think so.
Statement.
But I don't think it has to be psychedelic therapy that will make them. But I do think if you are cut off, it could be a great plus to do that and take down the walls of your asylum, your prison.
Yeah. Well, then we're on the same page because I think most of us are cut off.
But I do think people who smoke marijuana, who do plant medicine, I say to people, I know this is going to be offensive to some, if you have to do medicine every week, it's not medicine. Medicine is when you need it.
I think there's a balance, right?
There is
like
a balance.
Use everything consciously, and it can be very used unconsciously. Yeah,
it can be. But even people, I know people have been smoking pot for 30 years. I say, really? Does that still do it for you?
Well,
it becomes an escape.
It can, and I'm fully about compassion and the need to escape.
You
At
are
the same
about the
time,
need to escape.
how do
you escape?
Oh my God, you've got to be able to escape from this place. It's insane.
You do?
Yeah, you got to be able to check out.
I love this place every minute.
What are you
escaping from? Hello?
You really? This is a high vibe conversation.
No, what is there to escape from?
The suffering and the rape and the terrorizing of this whole planet.
Do you
and
think
the
that makes it go away by closing your eyes?
I just need a break from it.
Well, it doesn't stop. No,
it's not going to stop. That's the point.
But you can do something about it instead of like shutting it off.
I can do something about it if I recharge and shut it off. Like I need to be able to
shut it off, like close it.
Just close my eyes, check out for a minute, because that stuff is not going to stop. And
it
also,
can stop if enough people don't close their eyes and put some effort into making it stop. That's my point.
I think you're taking me literally, and I mean like I
know it's too much for your sensitive nervous system.
I think I know we're on the same page, but I think we're getting a little in semantics because we're both in the service of high vibrant, helping people change incrementally, not with a cosmic 2x4.
It doesn't.
But
a cosmic 2x4,
which would be
that
the
should be the
change.
name of this program.
It should. We'll do it that. Welcome to the cosmic 2x4 with Alan Steinfeld and Nadi Hana.
Okay, but I know what you're saying. You just want to shut it off. But with psychedelics,
here's my point.
No.
Let me go back to that. This place, my personal belief is that this place is barbaric and primitive. Just don't interrupt me for a second.
Okay, I'm just saying that's your, yes, I understand.
I fronted by saying that's my belief. That. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So I believe on multiple levels that this place, our civilization, if you look around and you just take a tiny peek as to the mentality of abuse and so much. I don't want to go into it. But to me, it's obvious that there are nefarious influences in our civilization. And so I feel very out of place. I don't feel at home here. It feels very weird. And I need to manage that distress of not being in a friendly environment, not being in a, that's a phrase that's going to be picked apart, being in a resonant, healthy, safe.
Okay, I see the world totally different. I think the world is a friendly place. That's why I wanted us to come talk. I think it's a loving place. Of course, there's all that other awful stuff going on. Yeah. There's awful, awful things, wars and famine and genocide, horrible things.
Yeah, genocide's a great example.
Awful, and also,
yeah,
it's very loving. There's people who do want to give love. They want to share their resources. They want to share their abundance. They want to share their connections to the higher realm. So I look at the cup half full.
Yeah. I work to look at the cup half full.
Well, you don't need to work. You just have to see it that way. You have to find the place.
Oh, now wait a minute. Now, does that sound legitimate?
Wait.
You go for it.
Can I finish?
Uh-huh.
I'm saying you just have to find the place in yourself that can carry joy into the world and marvel at creation.
And may I jump in now?
Sure, go ahead.
I have to check out in order to do that. I have to step back for a minute.
What is it checking? Now you explain checking out.
Checking out means like I need to watch a movie. Checking out means I need to indulge in something that might not be super healthy for I need to like be able to retract and recharge my energy.
Right. Can I answer?
How I mean that.
Can I answer?
This is fun, yeah.
We'll
do this now when we go to dinner. I'll be like, can I talk?
Okay, because what I was like not offended by, but the reacting to, that's a good word.
Okay.
Is the shutting off. It's like you pull a switch and the other world goes away. That's what I was reacting to. And I'm saying, know, you can retreat from the world a
Okay.
little bit and know that you're still part of something. What I get from you is like you shut it off, close the doors, and this is your little inner world. I'm trying
Okay.
to bring you out of that little inner world.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Well,
trying to
this,
do for
but you're
you.
not.
Come join, play with
Oh,
us.
Jesus. My statement is mostly, whatever language I'm using. What I'm talking about is that on this planet, I have my serious voice right now. On this planet, my nervous system is shot. I'm not sure that I will ever think this place is safe. It
Really?
doesn't
Oh,
look
can I
safe when
hold
I
your
look
hand?
around. Okay.
Is it safe now?
No. Sorry.
Because- no,
No, but hang on.
okay.
All right.
I guess I can't heal you of your traumas in half hour.
No, I don't. Thanks, but I didn't. Okay. Okay, just hang on. Because when I say shut the world out, I mean I need the time energetically to recharge my blown out nervous system, my hyperactive, highly developed sensory system is like on one level pathologized, but it's completely not recognized in our society as that's another subject. But I am doing so much to interpret reality that I have to close off the part of me that is sensing all the time, and I have to recharge, and I have to do the gratitude practices, and I have to remember that the cup is half full. I have so much to be grateful for. But I'm almost finished.
Okay.
But I'm just using different language. I'm not talking about shutting the world out.
No, I think we're just process the world differently. That is your way. My way is to, I understand you've been traumatized and oversensitized.
This planet is traumatizing. Baseline.
For you. Please just say for you. That for a lot of people, they can integrate it.
Sure.
And so
Sure, for me.
it's
And a
maybe
lot of
you're
people I know.
overly highly charged sensitive, and I
In
get
this
that.
place, yeah.
And we're in a beautiful little bubble here,
It's a
right in
bubble.
Sedona.
Yeah.
So maybe that some of that stress and trauma can just relax a little bit, so the world can feel a little safer. Come on,
That's why I step back.
Okay, but
Yeah.
can you come out and play? So
Oh,
maybe
don't.
no. I'm just saying
Just
the world isn't have to be that way for you. You can integrate the two. Is what I'm really saying. It's not black and white. It's not like I'm shutting off and the world is awful and now I'm in my. It's like there's this interface, and that's maybe just my process.
That's where you got to own yours, yeah.
That's my process. You don't have to. You do it your way.
I think we have similar ways. We just get a little pokey,
Whatever.
What time is it? But do we have a phone?
What did we say? Anything?
Well, it's like we wanted to go for like an hour-ish, and we're just almost there, and so I want to.
No, but I think I want to say something.
Of
Good.
course.
And no, important. No,
Okay,
I don't want to just banter.
Okay.
I want to have a
Well,
conversation.
we go all over the place.
A dialogue. You know what a
Yeah.
dialogue is opposed to a conversation?
Yes.
Dialogue has a point to it.
Yeah.
So we didn't agree about the ETs. We didn't agree about the, psychedelics a little
Maybe
bit.
we don't agree about a lot of things, but we know we do somehow.
So but let's find a place where we can meet
Okay.
on why we're here and the planet. What is your mission here?
Yeah, I think it's about uplifting and holding a high vibrational reality because we've been in a really dense one. We are in a really dense one.
That's my mission.
See, I know we're aligned. We
Okay.
just kind of get a little.
I think we're coming out from two different ends.
We are, and I think there really is a thing with semantics and languaging here that we probably
true.
mean the same thing, but or similar things. But I'm like normalizing, for example. I know that we're getting hung up on semantics on that one because
But-
I'm not suggesting. No, let's not.
No, but I think you are meaning something about normalization of the outrageous in a way that I'm not agreeing with.
Okay.
Because
either way.
I think it's not something to even make normal because it's so far away from anything we can cognize. You know what my favorite question to people is?
Okay.
What's the difference between cognition and recognition?
I love that question. I'm sure you got a lot of different answers
answer.
to that. Cognition and recognition.
Yes.
I want to think about that because that's.
I'll give you.
fun.
There's only one answer.
Okay, go.
No, but I want to give you a
You
chance.
speak in absolute truths a lot. There's more than one answer.
I'll tell you the answer that I think. Other people
There's
may have
that.
their own answer.
Okay.
Cognition and recognition, recognize. Recognition is to recognize a concept. So we're talking about cognition. How do you cognize anything? Is by seeing the patterns of awareness, giving a name to it, and then you say, oh, that's that pattern I cognize, now I recognize it. So when we talk about aliens or ETs or whatever these interdimensional beings are, we have yet to cognize that. We have yet to bring that into our reality, not normalizing, but yet to bring it into our reality. So people are not recognizing something they have yet to cognize. So we're talking around a cognition that hasn't happened yet, is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm trying to do is open up the field so we can start to cognize the other in a way where we can maybe name it or something, or lift us beyond the little limited place that we have to look at the world through these little narrow frames. So when we cognize a bigger reality, we recognize that there's more to existence than the little trauma you're always hiding from. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. Cognize sounds a lot like concept and context.
Not context.
Well, you want to have a conceptual
cognition.
Understanding, and you're saying cognizing.
Cognition and conceptualizing are two different things.
Okay.
In my opinion. Cognition is like, okay, you know this was a chair until, like your mother said, that's a picture of a chair. And then you understand the pattern, and that pattern then has a name, chair, and then you recognize a chair or
Oh,
a
no,
horse.
I understand what you're talking about.
So conceptualization is much more abstract than cognition.
Okay.
But in remote viewing, that now that you're asking about that, we need to realize that we can cognize reality outside the five senses.
Right.
So basically, consciousness is non-local, and we have to learn what the aspect of cognition is to understanding non-local perception.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Now, why are you not bantering with me?
Well, because I'm just broadening out, and
Okay.
I'm as I'm listening to us, I'm just kind of observing. And the thing that strikes me is that we do have different languages. We have different ways of approaching this.
Yes.
But I know that we are on the same page.
I'm not.
We're very resonant. I'm not trying to solve anything. What I'm curious about is the fact that we speak so differently, but I know we're coming from the same place. And so I'm just curious about that discrepancy. Oh, it's a seeming discrepancy. And so that makes, or that in that awareness, I start to shift into a vibrational understanding and interpretation, because it is not about cognizing. It's not about conceptualizing. It's about feeling our connectivity, right? So our brains are, my brain can be half, the glass is half empty, but my being, my energy, our spirit is moving as we know it's half full. That's a big extrapolation.
So wait, you're saying we may be using different words, but
Yeah.
the feeling connection is one of connection.
I just know we're on the same page. We just approach it differently,
okay.
and I'm curious about that phenomenon.
I think it's okay.
Because we never tried to speak formally. We always just kind of banter. So trying to tease it out is interesting.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think we're exactly on the same page. I'm not saying
right, similar.
But we're relatable pages.
Well, I
think that's why we learn from each other, because we're not exactly.
But I think I'm summarizing by saying we have the same approach of the goal is elevating consciousness for all of us, right? And so we go at it from different ways, which it's fun to watch. But I think that when you have that shared ambition, then you find your way, and so getting to that shared goal.
But
seems like a great place to wind up.
But no, yes, it is. But I also want to say that I think it's good we had this clearing out of the conversation so we can get to that place of understanding.
Yeah, we have to. But the divide is happening too greatly. We need to work
we need
towards.
to unite for a place, because there's so much division out there.
So much. It's
but
a
I
mess.
just also want to encourage you, instead of shutting off the world, to just be with it a little bit and not shut down and hide away, and just kind of try to integrate, not the awfulness, but see it as from a bigger, more observable sphere.
It's both.
Okay.
It's totally both, because I do that, and I need to turn off every now and then.
Okay, that's your way.
In order to do that.
That's your way. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't argue with your experience.
No.
What's my way?
Okay.
What's my way? No, I don't. I don't use the word turn off.
You are so socially all the time.
I'm
You're an
not. You don't see
extroverted.
me when I'm not social, do you?
I don't ever
I
see.
am an expert.
Okay.
But
You don't
do.
need to shut down.
I
See,
do
that's
need to.
why it's
I
not.
don't call it shutting down. I need
Okay,
to
what's a
like
better turn off?
No, I don't call it that way. I need
Okay.
to not, just keep to myself and rest.
You do need
Like
to,
right
yeah,
now.
you need to recharge.
I need a little recharging right now.
All right. Well,
Thank
we'll
you.
do that. So anyway, thank you so much
I hope this has been interesting for somebody.
It's been interesting for us. Let's do this. Your channel is New Realities. Your book is here. It's
I
easy
don't
to
know if
find
anyone's
you.
going to want to read it now, but anyway, maybe.
They can read it, but like, as long as I'm not in the picture, they can read it.
Sure.
Yeah. So anything else you want to say about how to find you, and then I'll say how to find me?
Yeah, go to my website, newrealities.com, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/newrealities, my Instagram, Alan_Steinfeld, my whatever else.
All those things. Yeah.
All those things.
Okay. And my website is Galactic Rose Geometry, and I teach people how to draw sacred geometry and talk about crop circles, and all in the name of activating our multidimensional consciousness and uplifting our
And
planet.
you could buy this book on Amazon.
There you go.
Go to Amazon, making contact, preparing for the
It's a great book. I mean, it's got so many. It's got Mary Rodwell. It's got Bashar. It's got
J.J. Hertog.
J.J. Hertog, and then Linda Moulton Howe. Like, it's chock full of amazing experiences from people. So I love it. It's part of why I was like, let's have the book out.
Thank you, Miss Nadi.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. All right, awesome. There we go.